when you say give, right, whether it's service or money or whatever you give people, I think the basis is always sincerity. You can just give, but when you give it with a sincere heart, right, and you don't ask for anything back, I think that's the best type of giving. So I feel like, and then giving is like a domino effect. So like once your first one is successful, then everything else is more successful, right? Then you can push yourself again to do it again, or you can push other people to do it too.
Giving is multi-dimensional. It doesn't have just to be giving money, giving time, giving services. So it's really giving in any way, at any time that's convenient to you, and should not cause inconvenience to yourself as well. I would say that giving should be seen as part of our life.
To me, giving is being grateful to the Creator. The Creator has given us health. The Creator has given us time. The Creator has given us wealth. What we have been given should be used to help others. So when you give, that sense of gratitude will grow. The more you give, the more that sense of gratitude grows.
I strongly disagree with that. You're making it sound like you need to be privileged and you need to reach a certain quota to do good. And in the end of the day, goodness isn't measured like, okay, he's a better person because he did more good, It's not like that. Your self-worth doesn't come with how much good you do. It's always from your heart. Some people really want to give but they can't, That still makes you a nice person.
Everyone can. That's my philosophy. I guess it's just a matter of the situation that will then determine whether they can give at that point of time or not. So we can't expect a person to give all the time, 365 days a year. That should be something that they should be assess their whole situation before they want to give.
No, that is a misconception. The rich, they have a lot of material assets, so they can render help by giving financial aids or by building infrastructures for the needy, the schools, hospitals. But they may not have the time. They may not have the time. So to compensate that, they don't have the time, but they have the money, they have the assets to use the assets, to give the assets to help others.
Because teenagers, right, we always want to be around friends, right? You can't go alone, we're scared. Instead of like, okay, pushing it for them and like, okay, no friends, don't go. I feel like if you can, for example, like my class, we were like collectively inspired at the same time to do volunteer work. You know what drives volunteers to keep coming back? It's the impact of what you do. And like, hey, we have a problem, okay, this is what you can do, okay, it's gonna get better. When people say that, it drives people and you evoke that feeling themselves. Because when you already have that feeling themselves, everything else will fall in place. When you just say, okay, you know what, by the end of the year I want this amount of hours, they just think of it as homework, right, like I said.
I think in Singapore context, definitely companies should be very more forthcoming about their employees wanting to help the community, and also integrating some of some activities with company with employee activities as well. So people were more willing, I guess in a corporate context, to give in terms of maybe monetary giving, because they know that's where they can definitely do.
There are various appreciation and recognition which the government has put forth. I feel very happy and feel very proud that my services, my time rendered to do all these activities are being recognized. See, that makes me happy, and that I feel much better when I see that what I have rendered, the time spent, have improved or have enlightened the lives of those whom I have helped them.
The biggest thing that I'm grateful that I have thanks to giving is selflessness. Being selfless doesn't only affect you, it affects people around you. When you're already selfless, you don't feel the pain of giving anymore. That's the best part. Okay, this is really childish to say, okay? It's a warm, fuzzy feeling. Okay? I like this feeling in my heart, and that feeling in me, it's like it's very intense, you know. I don't know why everything in me is amplified. So when I make people happy, I feel super happy, and then I want to do more. I feel like I'm addicted to giving now that I think about it.
To me, the more you give, the more you will benefit. But people will think the other way. The more you give, for example, you think, oh, you give more money to others, why you become poorer. No, maybe you become poorer, you have less money, but that does not mean that you become poorer. You become richer in terms of, interpersonal communication. You become more concerned. That means it enriches your spiritual well-being. You become more conscious of the the need of others, and you become more grateful. When you extend help, and then you see people benefit. Why you feel, oh, I'm better off than this person.
I guess the first thing comes to mind is S11, money. At the same time, also children. The third thing would be the old people, yeah, the needy ones lah.
Giving means giving within your means, not above your means. It means that giving things that you think you have access of, and then at the same time that giving things that you, or even your time and resources that can help people. Make sure that it has an impact.
I don't want to look at giving as a superiority, where somebody is standing on a high pedestal and giving somebody on a low pedestal. That's not giving. But giving is more like where you feel for it from within, and you do it. I often look at myself to be a product of giving. It was definitely, we all as kids, we have all benefited from many individuals who have given to us.
We were having our 50th anniversary, Nippon Paint 50th anniversary, and our founder, Goh Ching Liang, donated $3 million. And the company matched $300,000 along with his donation. Okay, with this $3.3 million, we had to find ways to do good with the $3.3 million. So I was actually asked if I wanted to help in this project. So I took on this project and I started to look at 20 over charities. The charities were selected based on a few criteria. Criteria would be like children, okay, and community. So when we looked at it, the first thing we wanted to see was how would our money go in helping and impacting these people in terms of maybe facilities, programs, and so forth.
Level, I want my staff to understand that why I'm doing this. I want them, because they are not educated, so to them it's only I work because there's money. I want them to understand that we give back to society.
The first thing that comes to mind is company earns so much. I think it's time to give it back. It's like doing a good deed for the company. Okay, in Chinese, in Cantonese for short translation. So yeah, 執得應得啦. My boss also mentioned like, why don't we go for a company trip, to somewhere else? So I just took the opportunity to pop out and say, why don't we do something additional more? Why don't we do this type of team building? Old folks home, orphanage, all this. They say, why not? But to me, actually, it's not team building lah. But they just classify under team building itself.
CSR is just not about helping people. It's also about creating a long-term sustainable program for you, for your company to be involved in a certain changing landscape. We need to actually slowly move people to become more responsible for the way they conduct their business, and in a way that it doesn't hurt the planet that much. You can get resources recycled, you can get more friendlier raw materials, things, or even processes that reduce the carbon footprint. So all of this can be another aspect of CSR, and that in the end actually has cost reduction, which increases profits. Helping people would make sure that people are becoming consumers. Consumer products, isn't that an investment?
The main asset for us is our people. It is all about creating happiness, creating a sense of belongingness. And what we are doing internally this is also creating a sense of cohesiveness, because each of these initiatives also bring people together, and they also make great teams. It creates bonds, it acts as a glue. it creates a kind of a forum where people are also coming in with new ideas.
Measuring, I got nothing to pack on to measure my success. Just do it because it's nice to do. If you go to a unit that is so run down and you do a bit of rewiring of the electrical circuit, paint the place, do the waterproofing, do up their hobs so that they can cook, that's my reward really.
Believe in doing a day activity. If you want to do, you have to do something more sustainable. You have to do something to improve, the lives of people. We don't use the money. We improve facilities of charities like Children's Organized Children's Society, Melrose Place, Philanthropy's, AWA, whatever we wanted to improve facilities. We wanted something to be there so that people can use. Then I started collaborating with partners, stakeholders. That's when I started realizing I run out of resources. When I don't have volunteer people. Then after that, I started looking for programs. We started looking for programs whereby we would just give out the paint. Sometimes we would volunteer. Then people would direct contact with the beneficiaries. So LaSalle and all these design schools, we really had a marketing program called Asia Young Designers Award. So it was used to actually do brand seeding with students, giving a platform or international competition where they come in to show their works.
If you look at it from a very different corporate view, it's a combination of three things. It's a combination of a seed, a soil, and a gardener. And I look at the individuals as the seeds. And now what the organization provides to them is purely the soil. And then what the corporate giving departments and some of the other initiatives and the likes, there are many such in Singapore as well. We are looking at this, like even NVPC is also one of them as an enabling company, what you are doing. And all of that comes in as the gardener, who are watering those seeds, who are giving them the soil, sometimes they are putting the right fertilizers, and then helping these seeds to grow. And that's the kind of afforestation, that's the kind of how you create a full ecosystem of this.
As of now, what we're in the pipeline is we'll sit down, we'll talk with every staff about what direction we are heading. Now we decided on 10% on the profit, and from there we'll see how we move on.
Every project completion, we actually identify 3 charities from different sectors and ask the staff which one they would like to support. Then we invite our subcontractors, our suppliers to make donations. And doing giving for many years, we thought we'd try and see how we can improve that. And I think one of the things that we needed to do was also to get some feedback from staff and colleagues about what we can or should do. As a company, volunteering is a personal thing. I just feel that what we do as a corporate is, if somehow a staff gets satisfaction, that's good enough.